We are live. We are live. Live. Check, check. Mic check. Mic is good. Wait for some people to come in, but anyone who is here, hello, hello, welcome to the monthly Q&A for my channel for the month of June 2024. It is also D-Day anniversary, 80-year anniversary of D-Day from World War II. So first and foremost, cannot forget the massive weight of the world with all the brass balls storming the beach in Normandy, France, Pointe du Hoc, all the beaches. So pretty wild. I love history, so that's a big one. So welcome, people. Welcome. Shirt of the day to start off. Death Spell Omega. Some good music from Europe. For anyone that doesn't know that band, go check them out because they're great. So I'll wait for some people to kind of come in, but first and foremost, as always, I'm going to answer the community post questions for the month. I will answer those first. Slow mode is on. Every 10 seconds, you can leave a comment in the chat. Helps me keep track of the chat, also keeps the spam bots away. Drink of the day, Hiking Boots Blonde Ale from Alt Brew, gluten-free blonde ale. So cheers to everyone. Again, shirt of the day, Death Spell Omega. Surveillance Device Media, sup? What's up, brother? How you doing? Or sister, one of the two. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. As I said before, I will answer the community post questions first, and then I will get to answering questions, in the chat and more interaction there. I'll be talking back and forth with people anyway, but yeah, slow mode's on. But yeah, say hey, ask questions, whatever. I'll get to them. I'm going to answer these community post questions first, since we're already almost we're at 2.5 minutes in now. So I'll get those answered up. There's a few, and then we'll get right to shooting the breeze with everyone here in the chat. So let me get the community post questions answered first. Hello and welcome to everyone who is joining and will be joining. Mic is good. Okay. They got the camera feed situation figured out too in YouTube Studio, so I can actually get some feedback and see what's going on. That's good. All right. Community post questions. First question from Henry Dillard, 6217. What's the best way to become a PMC or mercenary with no prior military experience? That's a hard one. Brown coat, DBH, Bacon. What's up, man? How you doing, Bacon? Good to see you. So to answer your question, Henry, in order to become a PMC for overseas contracting or OCONUS outside the continental United States, you pretty much have to have a military background or a SWAT background in large. You can have advanced medic, like AEMT, like advanced paramedic, if you go get some additional training, and then you'll get trained up too by the company too. But having that medical specialty is another way to get into doing PMC work, security contracting with, guns abroad. Other than that, yeah, you're going to need a military background or a law enforcement background of some kind, reasonably substantial law enforcement background, minimum of about 5 years. They prefer former SWAT guys. That's really the only way to get into it, unless you are networked with people in the industry and can kind of work your way in. If you're going to do that, though, I recommend that you get prior training with there are some good training organizations out there like Sec4 International and some other ones that you can go get that kind of training beforehand and then try and work your way into that industry. But normally you need to have that kind of background, or with law enforcement or armed security in general, you need to have a pretty substantial experience-based background already, minimum of 5 years. So who you know matters as much as the experience that they want, and you can go look at job listings on any of the security contractor websites and other job listing sites like LinkedIn, Indeed, ADP, other places, and it's going to say the criteria of stuff that they want in preference for prospective hires for those jobs. So that's really the only couple of ways to get into it is either who you know or you have a background that you can kind of move into that industry. As far as a mercenary goes, that's much more loosey-goosey, and that would just take, well, obviously getting some training, because otherwise you'll get yourself killed and you're a liability to everyone. But go get training and then start networking and see if you can find some deposed ex-president somewhere in Africa that wants to hire you for services. I mean, it's very, there's a lot of gray area there. I mean, you're skirting international law, you're skirting a lot of stuff, and you're on the fringe. There's a lot of ways that you could get into that kind of work too, but you still have to have some aptitude and some skill set to get into that industry too, even if you don't have a military background. But it's much more fringe, much more gray, much more shady. So you got to really be smart about any work that you would take doing that kind of thing outside of the certifiable and regulated security industry in large. So hopefully that answers that question. That was a good one, so thank you. But hopefully that answers that. Brown coat. Does Girl Scouts count? All the goose there. No, but I mean, I'll take partial payment with Thin Mints. They do have some good cookies. I'll give them that. My sister was a Girl Scout for a long time. Good cookies. Got a heavy discount on them. They were delicious. Twin Arrows, hey, how you doing? Peckerheads, what's up? How you doing? So that was a good question, Henry. Thank you. Next question from the community post questions. Again, I'm getting through these, and then I'll start interacting more with the chat. Philip, 324. Glad you're around, buddy. Also, good job on your competition shoots, if you're in here. His question, do you agree with the quote-unquote have an exit plan mentality if you're getting into security and or PMC work? Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's a revolving door. You are going to move company to company. It's inevitable. I mean, unless you're up in the ranks already, like at executive level and stuff, you're going to be bouncing around. So just be smart about your money and make sure that you're saving money when and where you can to have something to fall back on in those interim times in between jobs. Other than that, no, it's inevitable that you're gonna quote unquote change shirts in the industry. So having exit plan, I mean, whether it's to another company, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to realize that that's going to happen. Or if you mean an exit plan of getting out of that type of work and going into something else, I mean, yeah, start drafting up some plans, and some goals for yourself and just kind of work towards those, whether it's, starting a business for yourself or becoming a subcontractor or just doing something completely different. Otherwise, you gotta be smart about your planning and start developing that, in a process before you leave your job. But yeah, always just kind of be cognizant of that kind of stuff. It's going to happen. So it's a good question, actually, though. Thank you. Bronco front to back or back to front for number 2. Front to back, dude. What are you doing? Dead prepper. Who could save money? And what's money, right? I know everything's tight right now. The economy is Awful, absolutely awful. Just what you can, where you can, even if it's, a buck here and a buck there, whatever you can do. Be thrifty about things. Be conservative about your spending and stuff. Focus, take care of your bills, you know, take care of your groceries, take care of your vehicle, and then whatever you got from there, start kind of prioritizing and optimizing a list of expenditures and what you can save. Um, that's really all I could say about that is just learn adaptive techniques on how to wisely save and use your money. Um, Brown code DBH 556 say case for matches. That's a pipe dream. Ouch. I don't reload, but I know a lot of people that do, and you save a little bit of money doing that, not by much. I mean, it's where it's 58 cents a round for 556 out the box off the shelf, about 43 cents a round for reloading. If that matters to you or if that's viable, I don't know. Twin Arrow's been spending my free money on animals of the homestead. Got 31 chickens, 6 ducks. Oh, nice, man. I'm glad you're getting that developed, man. Glad you're in a good spot with that. 2.5 years worth of food stocked up. Good. Garden, growing, livestock. Yeah, no, you're good to go, man. 1 round left. Hey, man. Thanks for tuning in. Reloading is a love-hate relationship. Yeah. Practical Rifleman will tell you the same thing, too. 44 mag, yes. 556 slash shit. No, yeah. Right. And you want to get in a brown coat, you want to get in long range. Reloading is the next step because you have a tailor, you're giggity. Yep. Talk to a Practical Rifleman and 1 round left. Both of them do a lot of long range shooting. I know Practical Rifleman does a lot of competition too. So, very smart guy when it comes to reloading stuff. Next question from the community post questions. Actually, it's a kind of a multi-parter from The Last American Outlaw. Trey, thanks, brother. Great questions. Appreciate them. What is the proper response to a banana republic? Prior to that, are we currently in a banana republic? And if not, at what point can we actually consider it a banana republic? And then the question, what is the proper response to a banana republic? So for those that don't know what it is, a banana republic is, by definition, coined in the early 1900s. The ruling class controls the primary sector of the economy by way of exploitation of labor. Therefore, the term banana republic is a pejorative descriptor for a servile oligarchy that abets and supports, for kickbacks, the exploitation of large-scale plantation agriculture back in that day, banana cultivation, where the name comes from. So basically, a corrupt system that is poorly managed and run, to put it more concisely. Yes, we are. I mean, we see what's going on with our government. It's absolutely corrupt. And it's absolutely doing those things in that definition, doing things for kickbacks, a lot of hands in each other's pockets, a lot of back scratching going on, a lot of that stuff. And the exploitation of labor, as well as what type of exports we're sending out, into the world. We don't have a lot of exports compared to other countries. Some of our major exports are arms. So, I mean, oil is too a little bit, but so we are in a banana republic by definition. In that termed sense, we are. And what's the proper recourse is to fix things, from the top down. So administratively, executively, and otherwise, we need to fix things. We need to get the right people for the job in the office, not the people begging for it, and that have ulterior motives. So you got to do that, which means that people need to step up and start running for local government as much as on the larger scale. And just a number of other measures that are involved with that kind of thing. When it comes to other more extreme measures, and people know what I'm talking about, that is the last resort. And people need to be very careful about talking about I mean, talking about it's fine, but it's inciting it or otherwise. That's not wise to do. You need to have tact with that kind of thing. You need to be smart about that and understand the state of things as they are at any given time. It's not that bad yet. It's bad, and it's probably going to get worse. I mean, just from evidence and statistics and everything else, it's going to get worse. So, will that point of extreme come at some point? I don't know. Maybe. But before then, and if we can prevent that from happening, we need to get the right people in office. We need to start doing the right things. We need to start fixing things. It's just all that kind of stuff. You have to look at it from a intelligent and analytical standpoint, and not go off of knee-jerk reaction or anything like that, running off emotion. That's you can't run anything effectively doing that. So that's really my 2 cents on that, and then the answer for the multifaceted question there. So great questions, Last American Outlaw. I appreciate it, man. I don't know if you're in here, but go back and look at my answer for that. Maybe that will make sense, and I don't know if you agree or not, but I appreciate those questions. So thank you. And that was it for community post questions. So we're going to close that out. We are done with that. So now I get to just shoot the breeze with everyone here and answer your questions in the chat and everything like that. So, Bronco DBH, I do long range 22 because cheap ammo ish. Yeah, I mean it is cheap, and you're not shooting super long range or anything, but I mean it's a way to train, and I mean 22 is good for a number of things, to include hunting and whatever else. Twin arrows. Oh, your cabin's almost done. Nice, dude. 85% done. That's awesome. I was wondering about that. That's fantastic. Bronco DBH could get away with CCI standard for 300 yards, 515, but that's really pushing the limit. Oh yeah, very much so for 22. You probably do a 22 Magnum. I love our government. They do a good job. Yeah, right. The hell they do. They keep fucking up more and more and more. Again, shirt of the day, band of the day, Death Spell Omega. Check them out. Great band. Members out of France and Finland. Large Ogre. Asshole, I've arrived. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Citadel SXS. Shoddy is fun. If you say so. I had a Winchester Ranger 120R 12 gauge for a while. Smooth action on that thing. But it was a long barrel. It was a bird gun. More so, I turkey hunted and grouse hunted with it a couple of times and stuff. I wasn't using it. So I sold it to a Winchester collector because it's older model that's not easily found anymore. So it went to a good home. So that I was happy about that. 22 LR is actually a great round versus 22 mag for a long range list going through the transitive state. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 22 mag just has a lot more ass behind it. And, it's just, it's a heavier round. It's the only reason I say that. You're gonna get some hella arc on it. I mean, you are with both of them, so. Ogre. Coach gun. Oh, okay. The 18-inch. Gotcha. Very nice. Well, apparently people left. Okay. That's okay. Questions, comments, anything. Keep throwing them out there. Yeah, I've seen your vids, Ogre. I've seen the vids. Condor. Over, under. Oh, okay. It's not a name you hear very often, as far as for that. Is it pouring rain? No, it hasn't rained here today. It was a little bit yesterday, and I think tomorrow we're supposed to get more, and then through the weekend we're supposed to have thunderstorms and stuff. So yeah, no, it's just been raining on and off quite a bit. So cheers to everyone. Drinking a Hiking Boots Blonde Ale. Delicious. Not very strong. It's only like, what, 5%? Yeah, something like that. Submit the term bird drone or bird gun is outdated. Anti-drone stick. Touche. Touche, sir. That is very true. Anti-drone stick is accurate. I sold it though. I need to get another 12 gauge. I was looking possibly an 870 or well, unfortunately, Kalashnikov USA is out of business now. I was going to get a KS12 AK mag-fed shotgun. Duh. Better than the old Saigas too. But you know, Venomous Echoes. Hey, Ben, what's up, dude? How you doing? What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. I have a whole gamut of stuff I talk about on my channel and do and all that, so not much is off the table. So not much. Right on, dude. So anyone that doesn't know, go check out Venomous Echoes here in the chat. His band Venomous Echoes. He's also in a project that I'm in with our buddy Justin Vallis and Jared Moran. A project called Void Blight. Just had a album drop. Well, the pre-order for CD is already out, and then streaming on YouTube and everything is already there. I have it linked in my description in the community post section of my channel too. If you like really cool, like avant-garde kind of grinding black death metal, it's a fun project. So I'm glad you came on board for that, Venomous Echoes. I'm glad you came on board for that project. So I do vocals in that project, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I get to do all kinds of fun stuff with that. So good stuff. Bronco DBH punt guns are going to make a comeback ever. I know. I like Kentucky Ballistics videos with his punt gun. It's pretty ridiculous. The bass player's a weirdo. We're all a little weird, right? Gotta be. You're in good company here, so the punk gun. That's good stuff. Hell yeah. From Kentucky. Who, Ogre? Are you talking about Kentucky Ballistics? I don't know. I know some other people in Kentucky. Some are cool. Some are not so much. Yeah, Kentucky Ballistics. Yeah, he's from in Kentucky. He was a Kentucky State Trooper for years. And then he went over to the gun tuber sphere. I don't like coining those terms. Whatever. Yep. Other projects. Actually, coming up here in a couple of days, I have Eldarion sessions again for that project. My buddy Bryce. For anyone who's a fan of epic metal, like Tolkien themed, like epic, atmospheric, symphonic type metal. Think like Summoning, Caladan Brood, bands like that. Got some session coming up. We have to finish doing some retracking and some final tracking stuff. I've pretty much got all the lyrics written for that album too, and I'll have to start doing vocal tracking soon. Start tackling that. And then I think Justin said he's ordering CDs for the Void Blight project here soon. I know, I think it's the end of this month that's supposed to release, so I don't know if he's expediting that order or not. Sick. Yeah, it is sick, dude. I'm excited. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff going on right now. There's been some banger releases. I mean, yours, Venomous Echoes, there's been a bunch of banger releases this year already. I mean, the new Ulcerate just dropped too. I was listening to the album stream late last night and again today earlier, and it was fantastic. Masterpiece. Yeah, there's just been a lot of good stuff that's been coming out this year. Ogre is Punk Gun. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I love his videos on the Punk Gun. It's great. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, dude, it's so good. So good. And then yeah, I've really been digging it's an Ohio death metal band. I've mentioned it before, Nogothula, their album Telluric Sepsis. Really, really good. I've been enjoying that album quite a bit. And then band from Michigan called Throne. That album's a little bit older now. I think it's a 2-year, 3-year-old album, but Throne's last album, fantastic, really good Black Death. Yeah, it's just all kinds of good stuff, man. Ruben, hey, thanks for tuning in, man. So, did Biden just destroy a relationship with France by shitting on him at the Normandy anniversary service? Dude, I don't know. Like, I'm surprised they haven't put him in elderly daycare yet. Although I guess it's the Secret Service's job right now. Yeah, that was pretty hilarious and awful at the same time, because hell of a figurehead to have for a freaking leader of our country. I don't know, maybe. Seems like everything's moving forward though. France is doing their thing and, you know, working together, NATO, all that. So I don't think it's sullied the relationship too much. Macron's a kind of weird guy anyway. Ogre, sounds like you've been having fun. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, very busy all the time with multiple projects, music wise and otherwise. So Venomous Echoes, you check out Aberration? Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that one too. That was good. Sacre yeah. Just crazy stuff. Yeah, the aberration was good. Man, dude, my Bandcamp wish list is crazy. It is. What is my Bandcamp wish list count at? I gotta look now. I've got 2,301 albums in my wish list on Bandcamp. The new Grave Heresy, new band Grave Heresy out of Sweden, straight up like war metal, bestial Black Death. That was really good. I was listening to that the other day. The new Occulta Veritas and Parfaxidus are good. The new Hortum Rife was good. Man, there's been so much good stuff. The new Wormed, for tech death, like damn. Aristakos, Murder of Star and Fire album, that was good. Yeah, the Nogothula album, Telluric Sepsis, the new Void Womb, new Obscurial. Like, dude, it is just banger after banger album that have been dropping lately, and yeah, it's just been awesome, super awesome. Random Portal album would be awesome. I think it's about that or Impetuous Ritual, because I mean dudes are in both bands. New Impetuous Ritual will be really cool too, because that last album came out now 2 years ago now, I think. Yeah, I enjoyed that one too. I picked that one up. Je suis couple froment. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm never going to be able to buy all of the albums in my wish list, but it's like, you know, I pick one up here and there every once in a while. Yeah, Portal would be sick, though. I mean, Void Blight, though, I mean, there's definitely Portal influence in the Void Blight action. So, again, everyone go check out Void Blight. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to do. And if you like Portal, you'll like Void Blight. And then do it, just just do it. Yep. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then so yeah, Eldarion. We're working on that. Hopefully the end of this month, if not the end of next month, that album will be done and released with final mix master after everything. And then Anointing Maelstrom, I put out an EP not long ago. I just put up some free DL codes on the Anointing Maelstrom Bandcamp page for the prior album, Immolating Human Scum. Seems like some people picked that up. It's war metal, my one man war metal Bestial Black Death project. Pythonism, yeah, we had that split with Inner Sphere and Fall of Gnosis, and then we have another split. We're ready with that one. We're just waiting for our buddies in Athanasi over in the country of Portugal to finish their side, and then that split will drop. So there'll be two splits that drop with Pythonism this year for fans of funeral doom metal and stuff. And then Aposticum, however you want to pronounce it, local black death metal project I'm in. We're gonna have Lord Marco do drums on. He's gonna feature drums on at least one track for the album. We're doing workups because we're going to be getting in the studio in, I think, 2 or 3 months, and then to track the full album, and then just be ready to play shows in the future too. Because we're all all the members in that band are pretty well connected in the scene. So hopefully we'll do some openers for like Goat Whore and some other bands and stuff. If Belphegor ever comes back to the States, we would love to play with them because it's very much heavily influenced from them too, that project. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff going on. Ogre, need armor? I thought you got armor, Ogre. Venom Psychos split is. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was a fun split to do, and yeah, we've got 3 more tracks ready to go for the other split. And yeah, that the earlier split we did, yeah, we released it as an EP, individual EP too, but it's the split tracks. And then but yeah, we got 3 more ready to go. Oh yeah, a lot of headbanging, dude. I've put some jam videos up of the Aposticum stuff on my channel, just kind of in the progress, because the bass player and the drummer are the newest members. It was originally started as a studio project. My buddy Jake had started it, and then actually responded to an ad in Craigslist, funny enough, for that project, local. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm very, involved in the scene and stuff. And because I do logo design and everything too, apart from playing in a bunch of bands. And we hit it off. We get along really well. So we just started with that project, and we did all the scratch tracking, just the 2 of us, for this entire album that we're working on. And then another buddy of Jake's, John, who's a very well-established guy too in the scene, brought him on for bass. And then we picked up our drummer, Zeb, kind of out of nowhere. And he's a really good drummer. He used to drum for a band called Abyssal out of the Midwest. Not this, a different Abyssal that people may know. Both great bands though. And he's a really good drummer, so brought him on. So full 4-piece lineup for that project. And then for the album, yeah, Lord Marco, we're gonna have him do drums on featured on one of the songs. Chippy is hungry. Headbanging vegans. Chippy is hungry. Good logo design. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I do the patch design stuff too, and flag designs, patch designs, all that, apart from band logos and all. Like graphic design is one of those like side gigs that I do. I get gigs every once in a while. I just actually did one. I did one of the shirt designs for Brunt 0331 for his 20th anniversary of the Battle of Najaf Cemetery for the legacy events. Like him and his old buddies, the Marine Corps unit, they're doing I think in August. I did one of the shirt designs for that that they're selling. So if anyone wants to go support that, they can go support that. Yeah, but yeah, I do all kinds of tactical patches, designs, whatever. I do it all. Miss Waco's annoying ass. Yeah, he hasn't been terribly active. Um, I still occasionally talk to him on Discord, but he's doing his thing. Um, it is what it is. He's a good kid though. Yeah. I guess Refuge Medical isn't retailing that patch anymore. I don't know what happened. So but it was cool while they were. So it was cool to see my design out there with a company like that. So but yeah, I mean, yeah, logos. I do all kinds of logos. I got some here. Let me see here. Let me see here. All kinds of logo designs that I do. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Flag order. Oh, lighting's kind of funky. There's detail in that head on the spike. Plague order. That's one I did fairly recently for a international war metal black bestial black death project that's ongoing. Let's see here. I do all kinds of fun stuff like that. All kinds of fun stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, this is for a podcast called Blastcast. It was kind of more old school death metal logo. Yeah, all kinds of stuff like that. I enjoy doing that stuff. So I do them by hand traditionally, and then scan and do the digital edit and all that stuff. So nice, yeah, it's good stuff. I enjoy it. Ogre, have to yell at Bear's ass. Who? I can't recall who you're talking about. But yeah, I enjoy all that stuff. So. Beer. Cheers, everyone. Duh, Bears. Oh no. Oh no. Duh, Bears. Duh, Bears. Duh, Bears. Nah, I can't be saying that. We don't. We don't. We don't take kindly to them up here. Not that I watch football or care about that at all. But enemy territory if you're a Bears fan up here. Over about selling the packet. Packet. Not sure what you mean, Ogre. You mean pack? Oh. Oh, Bear. Is that Bear Independent or whatever? I don't know. I know Refuge Medical. I don't know the other one as much. And again, I didn't do that design directly for them. I did it for the kid, Waco the kid, and he facilitated the patch retail with them. So, well, just send them a message. Be like, hey, make more of these. If they want the design, I can send it to them. It's whatever. Because I keep all the original files. So, but yeah. Keep it coming, guys. Any questions? I will answer just about anything. Questions, topics of discussion, anything. Fire away. Fire away. Keep them coming. Yeah, other than that, other projects. Just a lot of big projects as far as music stuff goes. Just a lot of big projects. So I've got a couple of smaller projects, and then possibly might have a couple of collaborations. Oh, eyelash collaborations coming up at some point, but nothing too crazy otherwise. Ogre, what you think of 80 years D-Day? I was talking about that right at the beginning of my stream, actually. D-Day, I mean, 80 years, that's crazy. You know, it's only going to be a couple of years, and sadly, all the World War II veterans are going to be gone. I'm a big history guy, and I just an amazing feat what they accomplished in that operation. I mean, a large price was paid, but just an amazing feat of logistics and just what they did. Yeah. So and I love battleships. And I do have a soft spot for certain World War II airplanes and some firearms too, obviously. But like the Spitfire, gorgeous aircraft. P-51, gorgeous aircraft. Hellcat, gorgeous aircraft. BF-109, gorgeous aircraft. B-25 Mitchell, gorgeous aircraft. You know, yeah, I love that stuff. But yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Crazy to think that it was 80 years ago. Whether you think 80 years is a long time or that it was only 80 years ago, but it's crazy to think about, you know. Venomous Echoes, yes, we should do a collab on a project. I am down, dude. I'll send you an email. Sounds good. I'm always down for projects. Ogre, surprise, they're still alive. Yeah, dude. 98 years old. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's only going to be a couple of years, and unfortunately, they're all going to be gone. You know, some of those guys live to 102. You know, a couple of them live to 105. So, but yeah, you know, it's only a matter of time, unfortunately. Just absolute legends, every single one of them. You know, so if you know any World War II vets, you know, in your area, go hang out with them. TR Pilot 06, hello there. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Yep. Jared Moran, gorgeous aircraft. That man can fly, that's for sure. Oh yeah. And that's what I like about like the Void Light crew and like, you know, Justin and Jared and you and everything. Like, yeah, blast off for sure, dude. That's what I like about the whole crew. You know, everyone's cool. You know, get along real well. Can razz each other a little bit, but it's just, you know, like, nobody's butting heads like what I've experienced in other projects. So it's fucking, yeah. It's just y'all are a good group of people. So Ogre, be back. Kids are hungry. Oh, cool. Make me some food too. Now I'll be eating here in a little bit. Right now, my food is beer, and that's okay. Blonde ale. Oh, burrito. Oh, burrito would be awesome. Yeah, how about Chipotle? How about Chipotle screwing people over with the burritos? They used to be amazing, gargantuan bundles of deliciousness, and now they're just sad. Goes back to the economy, all this cost cutting and all this crap. Like, no. My custom Chipotle burrito order back in the day. So I would do rice, black bean, double carne or double beef, and then all the cheeses, and then throw all the salsas on there, and fantastic. You do the bowls. Oh, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. The bowls are good. You just gotta keep on those people because they'll screw you over now at Chipotle, unfortunately. Now they're White Castle sliders. But yeah. I love White Castle sliders. I can't eat those either now. Gluten-free, not by choice, for anyone that doesn't know. Toxic exposure injury, hazardous exposure injury from the military relegated me completely gluten-free now, unfortunately. So, gluten-free beer. It's quite good, though. It's actually really good blonde ale. But yeah, like I love White Castle sliders. There's only one White Castle in my state, too. But I love sliders. Can't eat them anymore, though, because they don't do gluten-free buns. Same with Arby's. The hell, Arby's. Get some gluten-free buns so I can have some Arby's melts, because I love them, too. And a sec goes double rice, double barbacoa, green and red sauce, cheese is in it. Yeah, that's I like that. That's nice. Chef's kiss, fantastic. Good stuff. Hell yeah. Anyone else new that's in here? I think a couple people joined. Say hey in the chat. Ask a question. Slow mode is on. Helps me keep track of the chat, but also keeps like spammer bots away and stuff. So, but just say hey. Glad you're here. Thanks for joining. Fire away with them questions. I usually do these live streams for about 2 hours, and we're about 46 minutes in, so I got some time. Ba, 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 ba. Questions, points of discussion, fire away. No, I'm not saying you're a spammer bot ogre. I know you could, but I know you're not. No, there's I don't know if you ever watched like Brent 0331 or his talks when he has them with like Doc Larson or anything like now. Like there would spam bots would pop up. I am bot. Beep boop beep. All your base are belong to us. Man, that's an old reference. Oh man. Taking myself back there. I haven't touched a video game in 9 years, I think. Yeah, about 9 years almost. I have not touched a single video game in 9 years. American Outlaw, hey Trey, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining. I answered your questions earlier, but thanks for tuning in, dude. I appreciate you. Tier pilot, right? Pumpkin cheesecake. It can be done right, and it's good. I love pumpkin pie and I love cheesecake. So if you can make it work, make it work. Best of both worlds, then. Still know the blood code for Mortal Kombat. Oh shit, dude! MK2, yeah, MK2 was my jam. That was a good one way back in the day. American Outlaw Saga. Saga. What do you mean by that? About the Banana Republic thing, or I caught something that you had mentioned in your short clips of live stream when you were at that concert of whatever. You were talking about some stuff, so I'm interested to hear more about that. Cheers, Kurt. Oh, Sega Genesis. Okay. Yeah, see, I never had Sega Genesis. So my mom had the original Sears Roebuck Pong, which was out before Atari or anything, way back in the day. I played that as a kid a little bit. And then we had OG Nintendo. And then I really got into PC gaming at that time. That was early on for PC gaming too. A lot of games were, they ran on like MS-DOS and floppy disk and everything. And then got a Nintendo 64 and then did PlayStation and all that. And but it was mostly much more so, always been, even though I don't play video games anymore, was a PC gamer. with the Sega CD at 32X. Man in 95. Bring back Dreamcast. Man, one of my favorite games, it was released in 1993, was the Lord of the Rings series games from Interplay Games, which I think Fox Interactive ended up buying, maybe. I can't remember. Those games, though, the OG Interplay Lord of the Rings games were amazing. And I got really into like Diablo and Diablo 2 later on for PC too. Love Diablo and Diablo 2. N64, I really liked X-Wing. The X-Wing, was it Rogue Fighter or whatever? The Star Wars X-Wing game where you could just fly around in ships and just blow shit up. That was a fun game. Command and Conquer was all right on N64. Preferred it on PC, but it was okay. Same as StarCraft. I played the OG Mario, on Nintendo and stuff. Contra was awesome. Ooh, I always forget the name of it. It was also on OG Nintendo. It was you were an Apache attack helicopter. It was like an overhead kind of thing, just like a shoot 'em move around game. I forget the name of that game. That was awesome. Love that game too. The original Ninja Gaiden was hard as hell, but that I like that one. Never played any of them after that though. Yeah, never got into Fallout either. Smash Bros. Yeah, the OG Smash Bros. Yeah, my buddy had a GameCube back in the day, so we played Smash Brothers. That was fun. Resident Evil on GameCube was pretty cool too. Brown Code. The LOTR later games, the Two Towers was peak. Yeah, it was really good. Dude, the originals though, if you can find an emulator for the 90s, early 90s Interplay LOTR Lord of the Rings games, play them. They're awesome. But yeah, no, the ones that came out like on PlayStation 2 and stuff, yeah, I enjoyed those Lord of the Rings games too. Raven, thanks for joining. Army Men on N64. Man, I don't think I ever played that one. I don't think I ever did. The Splatterhouse, yeah, I remember that one a little bit. Dark Souls. I actually never really played Dark Souls. I get the references, because like looking back at it and just like reading some of the lore and everything, and like understanding where some inspiration for some bands nowadays and stuff come from, like Dark Souls and stuff. Like I went back and looked at it, but I never played Dark Souls really. I really enjoyed like Command and Conquered, StarCraft, Stronghold, Age of Empires, like games like that. I really enjoyed. I did right up until I stopped playing video games almost 9 years ago now. Like I did enjoy the World of Tanks, World of Warships games too. Like those were awesome. Call it, I never got as much into Call of Duty as a lot of other people. The original Battlefield games, Battlefield Vietnam, and the original Battlefield 2, before any of that was really on console, it was all PC. Those were awesome. Battlefield Vietnam was the shit. There's also, you could do really cool mods for the Battlefield games back then too on PC to make them more realistic and stuff. Soldier of Fortune games, those were awesome. Postal 2, awesome games. Yeah, the lore is crazy and twisted, yeah. And I could tell that the game was the lore is crazy and twisted, yeah. And I could tell that the game was difficult from what I saw of it. And much like what's that new game? Elden Ring or whatever it's called. I've heard a lot of people say that game's really hard too. So, yeah, OG Medal of Honor games. Yeah, those were definitely the jam too. OG Medal of Honor games. Ground Control. Yeah, that was a good older game too. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Elden Ring is hard. I mean, the graphics look sick, but I have no desire to play video games anymore. Like, they look cool, but I just, with everything else I have going on, I don't have time for them. Could I be playing a video game right now? Yeah. I much prefer to talk to people and be social, or work on music, or draw, or paint, because I paint too, or be outside, whatever, just whatever. Or I'm working. So it's like whatever. Cheers, everyone. Bronco is actually using Dark Souls, same company. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. Yeah, touching grass in general, TR Pilot. Yeah, I do. I touch grass as much as possible. I really like being out in nature. Even if I'm not like doing anything, I just like being out in nature, as much as all of the many hobbies that I have and stuff that I do, So yeah, same boat. Love hiking. Love just finding a good, nice big rock or bluff, something to sit on and just take in the view, whatever. Sit there long enough, the wildlife is really active, and just like stuff like that's really cool. I've always spent a lot of time outside, even as a kid. So, doing things. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, it is happy hour. I don't drink often. Maybe a couple times a month at most. All good things in moderation. Touch of grass is good. Speaking of all good things in moderation, you ever tried Tuborg? I have had Tuborg in the past. I can't drink a lot of standard beers now, which really sucks because my favorite beers are Belgian tripels and quadrupels. Can't drink them anymore. Gluten-free now, not by choice. I have a full video on my channel. I think it's probably 2 years ago now. I talk about my toxic exposure injury from the military, and it just completely messed up my digestive system, and had to go get a bunch of tests and stuff, and found out I was totally gluten intolerant, and some other stuff. So I have to do the gluten-free beers, which they taste great. Especially in my state, we have excellent breweries, both large and craft scale. So not without, but a lot of the beers I do like and that I have tried in the past, I can't drink anymore. So, but yeah, Tuborg is good. To kind of off tangent there. Yeah. Like Westmalle, the Belgian Tripel, that is my absolute favorite beer of all time. Can't drink it anymore though, sadly. This brewery, Alt Brew, they have a couple of beers that are stronger. This is just a blonde ale. This is like 5%. It's whatever. But they do have some stronger ones, and I want to try those too because I really like proper, good, full body, good flavor, strong beers. I'm not an IPA guy. much more into the heavier, more flavorful stuff. Two Alpha Solutions, Jared. Hey, brother, how you doing? Just tuned in. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Was doing some Q&A, shooting a breeze with the chat. So, you have a topic of discussion you want to bring up, or a question, and that goes for everyone here, fire away. Slow mode is on in the chat. Just helps me keep track of it, but also keeps the spamming sex bots away that we see in other channels when they go live. Oh, did you just go live? Yeah, I told Randall. That I had my monthly Q&A that I was doing here at 5, so I didn't get a chance to tune in. I just did that podcast live stream thing with him last week though, and that was awesome. So I enjoyed that. Hopefully he'll have me on again soon, apart from possible music projects in the future. And for anyone that doesn't know, I did some of the songs for Randall for Grunt Proof and the Seer Challenge and everything. So 3 songs for that stuff for his channel and all that. I did for him. So yeah. Yep. It's good stuff though. Raven, yeah, I used to play Counter-Strike. Yeah, Counter-Strike. That's another one. Great game. Till dawn early 2007. Played games since 2011. Being outside in my free time is much more fulfilling. It is. It really is. You have a lot more sense of accomplishment when you actually like get things done, and you can take up all these projects and, yeah, just feel better, You just feel better when you're yeah. Look, CS:GO was awesome. I did play CS:GO quite a bit back in the day too. Obsessed with CS. Yeah, it was great. Great game. Very fun. But yeah, I just I like doing music stuff more and, all that stuff. And as you can tell, I'm a big as you can see here, big music guy. Big movie guy too. I like movies. 2 Alpha Solutions. AKs, traditional 762 or 556, just for discussion. I've already made my choice. I know you've made your choice. I have Zasava ZPAP 70, so Serb AK. And 762 by 39. That's my caliber of preference for it. Just cheaper. Ammunition wise is cheaper. And the round performs very well. Contrary to what a lot of people say, it performs well. So I like it, and I've seen what it can do, I've used them in contracting, but also, personal ownership and all that. And like, yeah, it's a good round. They're both good rounds, but for how thick the woods are here and underbrush and everything, like 762 by 39 just performs a little bit better here, for my liking. But both are great. So like the Polish barrel AKs, and then the Romanian Wassers that are in 5.56, and the Valmet, the Finnish AKs and stuff. Like, yeah, there's a lot of great 5.56 AKs out there too. So both are good, whatever your flavor is. So I know you made your choice already. Raven, well, this is why you got recommended Livestream just listening to Grunt Proof. Hell yeah, Randall's a good dude. Yep. Terror pilot screws a Russian team is so homage. Blat. Venomous Echoes, definitely want to check out Violent Nature and the Watchers. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Violent Nature and the Watchers. Yeah. Good choices. Oh, Jared, you're getting the barrel. Nice. Very nice. Nice. It's a really good choice. I mean, you're paying for it, but it's a good choice, because they're import, quality Polish AK. Violent Nature. Yeah. I just picked up the remake of All Quiet the remake of All Quiet on the Western Front. That Netflix had originally released. Picked it up on DVD. Yes, I still buy DVDs. I like having physical, tangible of film and music, as you can see. I picked that up not that long ago. Great movie. I got a pretty good collection of movies too, and I've got quite the list of movies that I need to get to. Some I've been having trouble finding. Like, yeah, like I could order them new online, but that costs more. So I usually go to like a Mega Media Exchange or a Preplate or whatever to try and find it first. And then if I can't find it there, then I'll go to like Shout Factory or whatever online retailer to order a movie. Ruben, have you had the chance to shoot an H car? I have. So your thoughts? I mean, she's a heavy unit, but I love the BAR. one of my favorite World War II firearms. I do love the BAR. So it's cool. Ohio Ordnance did a really cool job on it. It is heavy, but you can make it work. Really fun to shoot though. So really fun to shoot. So that's my thoughts on it. Venomous Echoes, Bo is Afraid is a trip, dude. Oh yeah, that was a trip. Yeah. That was a very, very strange movie, but I enjoyed it. Freaking Joaquin Phoenix, man. He's done some great movies lately. Raven, your favorite metal genre? Play black metal with your girlfriend. Don't like the cringy aesthetic of the music. It's funny because I'm wearing a Death Spell Omega shirt right now. That is hard for me because I grew up with thrash, black, death, and then metalcore came around. I do love early 2000s metalcore too. I grew up with all those, and I still listen to all of them, especially OG albums. And then I listen to so much music, it is unreal. Like all this over here, this is all stacks of CDs. There are hundreds of CDs there. I listen to a lot of music. And as far as metal goes, pretty much of all kinds except power metal and glam, because both those suck, but yeah, Venomous Echoes, who you should go check out if you don't listen to Venomous Echoes. Raven, go check him out. He and I are in a project together called Void Blight. If you're a fan of bands like Portal, it's on Vargeist Records. That album, the stream just dropped. Pre-orders are still up for CDs. So I played a bunch of projects. So of all kinds, I love brutal death metal. I love black metal. I love avant-garde. I love, again, metalcore. I love OSDM and the OSDM revival. I love, there are thrash bands I love, obviously, like Slayer and stuff, but like Annihilator, Municipal Waste. Those are all great bands, So I listen to all that kind of stuff, folk and Viking, all that. It's all good. It's all good, as long as it's done well, and even sometimes not done well. Like I do with black metal, I do like some of that really cavernous stuff. Black Silis or Chilich, I don't know how you pronounce it, from Portugal. Was it was Transfixation of Spirits or whatever? That album is fantastic. I love that album. Super cavernous lo-fi stuff though. It just depends, but it's all good. Martin Frontiersman, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, welcome to the party, pal. Just doing my monthly Q&A. DSO is one of the best, man. Now, and it's like a prior project that I was in. It's still kind of active. A lot of it's on the shoulders of the other member right now. It's a project called Teth Nahesh. Very avant-garde black metal stuff. There is some of that. I've got that music on my YouTube channel here, but it's also on Bandcamp. Teth Nahash. TETH-NAHASH. That has been some of the most technical stuff I've ever written, but in like a weird sense, because it's not like your classic technical. It's that avant-garde technical. That's a fun project. So slowly working on getting that second release done, and it's been 5 years. But yeah, I love the avant-garde stuff. Camera acting up. Okay. Venomous Echoes. What non-metal bands do I like? I listen to classical music. I love classical music, whether it's Schubert, Brahms, Mozart, Bach, whatever. I like a lot of world music, throat singing, tribal music, things like that. And the Nordic folk scene, I like that a lot. Nordic tribal and folk scene, I like that a lot, obviously. So Wardruna, love Wardruna. Torulf, Eldrim, all those guys are awesome. I don't listen to pop. I don't listen to country. I don't listen to rap. I do like folk and neo folk. Rome, obviously, Rome is fantastic. Um, some of that, but otherwise, like I'll go the 80s goth rock revival scene actually, so that's not metal per se. But bands like Fearing, who is I think they're on Profound Lore Records. Fearing, like that 80s goth rock revival, I really like that stuff too. And then yeah, just various contemporary or classical music, things like that. So I listen to a lot of that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, Raven. Martin Frontiersman. No, don't you say that name in here. No. I like Tom Waits, Venomous Echoes. I like Tom Waits. Yes. Aphex Twin's fun. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind a little hard bass every once in a while too. If I'm really feeling like, hey, it's a party kind of night and everyone's going to get the drinking and stuff, like, yeah, a little hard bass isn't bad, but yeah, the Cure's fantastic. I love Depeche Mode, The Cure. Like, yeah, a lot of that 80s goth rock is just fantastic. So if you've never heard Fearing, go check out Fearing. And they're a new, they're a current, more newer band, but I think they've got 2 albums out with Profound Lore, but it's just that 80s goth rock revival, just super good. I really enjoy them. It's something I could put on and while I'm working at my station here. I could just put that on and I'm just, just go ham. Martin Frontiersman been on a Ramones kick. Yeah, the OG punk, Yes, very much like Drab Majesty in a lot of ways. Venomous Echoes, yeah, who's also fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Ramones, Ramones, I grew up with them too. Before I was old enough to understand thrash metal and death metal and stuff back in the day. Like, yeah, you start with gateway bands like that, and then my dad always he would listen to like Rush or like I like Jim Croce or Gordon Lightfoot. I enjoy them. Um, a little CCR. Mom was a big ACDC and Whitesnake fan, and all that. So, I had all that stuff, in the house that I heard, you know. But when I you know, probably 7 years old, first heard like Slayer, Anthrax and stuff, like whether you want to say it was an uphill or downhill spiral from there, whatever. Got into the good stuff, Um, that's all good. That's all fun. I enjoy all that. It's all good stuff. What the fuck is wrong with my camera? I'm gonna need to get I might have to get an external HD USB camera or something. I don't know. This one keeps acting up. It's the lighting quality in part, but I think it's the camera in part too. I don't know what's going on with it, but as long as you guys can still hear and see me, I don't really care. See, yeah, Venom. I could never get into the Beatles. Could not do it. Eagles, I heard them. I heard them in the house, but yeah, could not do the Beatles. Got one of you sedated playing right now. Nice. Yeah. Classics. The classics. And of course, like 90s grunge too. Like you can't forget about 90s grunge too. Like I love Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, like the early Pearl Jam and all that, like Soundgarden, all that. Like that was all good too. TR Pilot, Color Theory. Color Theory is wild. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is. It's got to be something. I don't know if the camera's burning itself out or what, but it's fine for a while and then it just goes all funky. I mean, light quality isn't great in here either. I think I got to replace that light bulb soon. Still reasonably light out, although it's getting overcast. We're supposed to get some rain, so it always seems like whenever it just gets just dim enough, it starts acting up like this. So I don't know. But color theory is wild. It's funny, a lot of people don't realize, in light color theory, for light spectrum, white is all colors, black is no color. And then for pigment color theory, black is all colors, white is no color. It's wonderful. Just to confuse all the freaking, all the kids like trying to get into technical work in drama class and stuff and all that, back in middle school and high school, having to learn color theory for the gels on the lights and everything. I was more of a sound guy back then, but I did do some lighting and special effects stuff too, so set building and all that. Always a good time. It rubbed off well because a bit of live experience, live sound experience after that with a couple of venues, kind of seasonal work and stuff, which is I end up doing some mixing for bands and stuff too from time to time. I think one of the last ones I did some mixing for was a slamming brutal death metal band called was it Excruciating Barbarity or something like that. I don't know. It's the dudes from the band Goretopsy, and then they have another band called Toiletectomy and some other ones. Good group of kids. They do some fun slamming brutal death metal stuff, but I did mix master for one of their albums, one of their projects not that long ago. A lot of fun. But yeah, it's a good time. All photons matter. Oh, yeah. Well, it is funny. So, Raven, and I know I'm sure Venomous Echoes knows this too, but and anyone else here, but Raven, I'm the vocalist in another band called Decoherence. It's an international project, and that's all of the themes with that it's all themed around quantum physics and cosmic horror. So, all that kind of fun stuff. It's like industrial black death metal. So, if you're a fan of like Bloodhouse Nord or anything like that, like I'm the vocalist for that project. We haven't put anything out in a little while. We did an album. We did an album last year, and then an EP. We haven't done anything really this year yet. I don't know if we're taking a break or not. The other members are in the UK, so I only get to hear from them occasionally just because of time differences and everything and just schedules. So thank you. Appreciate it, Venomous Echoes. Yeah, it's a fun project. And then I might start another album for my Odious Emesis. That's my one-man brutal slamming death metal project. I might start another album for that soon. I'm not sure. Just kind of focusing on like Aposticum and some of those projects right now. I've been kind of lacking on some of my projects, but like with Pythonism, we've got stuff done. We're just kind of waiting. We may end up working on some more material just for the future too, because we'll probably submit a track for the one label that does like the compilations from each state of like doom metal bands. I think we're probably going to send a track their way for the next one that they do for either my state or the state that Foster is in. Yeah, just stuff like that, just kind of taking projects on as they come along. So some are kind of in holding patterns, some are just kind of chilling, some are just finished a release, so it's just kind of whatever, And then Eldarion right now too, like I'd mentioned earlier. So still focusing on that project, that release right now for that project too. So, which I still have a couple of Eldarion CDs left. I've got a bunch of Pythonism CDs left, both for the last full-length album and the split that just dropped. Yes, Lovecraftian metal is always fun. Pythonism, that's a fun project. We have a lot of fun with it. And usually, especially for like these like EPs or like split portions that we do, we usually kind of theme it around one of like the Eldritch entities um, in some way or another. So the one coming up will be about like Dagon. So that'll be cool. Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff with that. So trying to get some more logo commissions and stuff too, like artwork designs and all that. So if anyone knows a band that needs a logo done, let me know. Happy to do logos because I really like doing those a lot. And I do them traditionally by hand and then scan and edit them and everything. So be sure to go check out Aposticum too. We have a single out, and that was actually our scratch track for the album, but we polished that one up enough to be released as a single. So, and that song's called Apocalypse Manifest. And we've got the full album scratch track written and everything already. So we're just getting the newer members up to snuff for studio time coming up in a couple of months, and then for playing live after that. Raven, been down the Mixmaster rabbit hole lately, hoping to rent a proper recording studio. Yeah, I mean, dude, you can do a lot at home, especially with like Reaper and stuff. You can do a lot at home. Um, and like I've got another buddy here local. He runs Pro Tools out of a home studio, and I mean, professional services, you know. Um, so you can do a lot from home, but getting into a studio, I mean, yeah, you can. There's some good studios that won't break the bank. There's one around here that's pretty good that won't break the bank. If you're going to do it that way, we're going to do it hybrid. Drums we're going to do in a studio. Guitars and vocals and everything we're actually going to do at frontman for Aposticum at his home studio that he's building right now. So Eldarion, that's all home studio stuff at Bryce's place. Rumardus, if anybody knows that project, he's signed to Northern Silence with that solo project. But we have Eldarion together. That's all home studio stuff too. A lot of my solo projects are home studio projects too. I know. Venomous Echoes is like that too. So you can do a lot nowadays, and I do a hybrid too. Like my Anointing Maelstrom project, my one man like war metal, bestial black death metal. I mic my amp. I've got an amp right here. I mic the amp, and I track it that way for the guitar and stuff. I program the drums for that because I don't have space for a drum kit here, but it sounds good, you know. Because if you have the ear to know how to balance and mix master, like you can do really good things with it that way. So sky's the limit with home studio stuff, just as much as getting into a studio. Venice Echoes, what's great about Lovecraftian horror is you can even make your own entities up to. Yeah, exactly. You know nothing about that, huh? Yeah. Dude, it's so good. I love it. Well, it's like, again, I bring up Nogothula, like that Ohio death metal band that I found just randomly. They're so good, dude. Their album, Telluric Sepsis, is their newest album. Super good. Highly recommend everyone check that one out. But yeah, it's fun. I really like that creativity. It's a lot of fun to do that. So I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, at home studio, yeah, it is. You can do a lot. Yeah, I like Misanthropic Art. I picked up one of her shirts she did for Chaos Moon that was through the Metalhead box. So it was like a limited edition. I've got that Chaos Moon shirt. It's actually in my promo picture for Pythonism. I'm wearing that shirt. Excellent stuff. Awesome logos, awesome artwork. But yeah, I really like doing logos. Ableton's a good program. I mean, that is another pro level program. I know a lot of EDM artists that use Ableton. My buddy that runs a label out of California called Android's Dungeon Radio, he uses Ableton. I think Ableton and Pro Tools, but I mean, you can accomplish a lot with it. It's a good program. Vocals are tough. Vocals are tough because you have to have that right balance of to what extent you use compression, compression gating, and then all of your equalizing and your putting limiters and then your pan balance and like all that. Like, yeah, it's a process, but you can make it work. You can make it work. If you have any questions, I mean, just you can hit me up through the contact form on Bandcamp for like Pythonism or Eldarion or whatever, because I manage all those Bandcamp pages. So you can just contact me and we can email if you need some help or some pointers or whatever. Or if you just want me to listen to it and I can kind of give you some feedback, just let me know. I'm always down for that. So it's a good time. Oh yeah, the SMV7 is a great mic. I got my SM58, tried and true. I love my SM58. I use that a lot. But the SMV7 is a fantastic microphone. It is. I agree. I like my workhorse mics. So 57 or a SMV7, fantastic choice to go with. Absolutely. What do we got here? Oh yeah. Yeah, here's the original Aposticum logo. Yeah. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I like doing those. Artwork too, a couple of my paintings have been featured as album artworks. But other type of artwork too, whether it's drawing or actually doing um whatever kind of creation or editing or whatever. Like I have a lot of fun with those too. So it's a lot of fun. You have a Shure OMV1. Yeah, yeah. And those are good choices too. You know. Like decoherence, even though with decoherence my vocals get buried into the mix. Necrosound Studio mixes for albums that get released with Sentient Ruin, they mix and master all the albums. And they definitely bury my vocals in the mix quite a bit, but I use a SM58 for that. So, that's and several other projects, Eldarion and otherwise, I use the SM58. So, Pythonism as well, use my SM58. So, it's just working at that mix, like I said before, balance in the mix and master and everything. So, you can do it. Yeah. Any other questions, topics of discussion? I got about 30 minutes left in my live stream here. I usually go for about 2 hours. So if anyone's got anything, fire away. Which albums have I painted? So there was a split between Tahazu and Abimath, two black metal bands. One my painting was an album cover for that. I've done a couple other ones for splits. Another one was Vayu and Tahazu. That was a painting. That was a drawing or a painting. I think that one actually was a drawing. I've also done an album cover for Final Snow, which isn't around anymore. That was a DSBM project out of New York. And then I've done other types of artworks, manipulations and otherwise. I've done them for Skathana Wept, which is my buddy from South Africa. Well, it's a full band now, but it was a one-man project for a while. I've done guest vocals on a couple of his albums too, but I did artwork for a couple of his albums. I did an artwork edit for Tash, however you want to pronounce it. It's a North Carolina Black Death band. And I do artwork for a lot of my projects too. Odious Emesis, the most recent release, which was a split with Goretopsy. I did that artwork. which was partial AI, but then I went in and did a lot of manipulation and color correction and all kinds of stuff, and the layout, formatting, all that. Um, yeah, yeah. I do a bunch of that stuff, so I've done a bunch. But like my paintings as far as they go, like I could do landscapes and all that, but like my painting style, I have a lot of influence from like Kittleson or like Arnold Böcklin, um two more like kind of classic painters. um I like Hieronymus Bosch a lot too, which I really liked your artwork, Venomous Echoes. On I like the stuff on your albums because it's very Bosch-esque. um but but a lot of it is like I do a lot of like just I just paint in black with black paint. Dilute with water so you can get some grayscale in there and stuff, but it's monochrome otherwise. But like a lot of like forest scenes with like a hooded, cloaked figure or some kind of scene like that or something like that. Hell on this, yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Um, but I do a lot of that stuff. I do other kinds of paintings though too. I did a actually did a tribute painting based off of Ailsoft's Arrow and Heart. So it's like an anatomical esque heart, but stylized, of course. And then there's an arrow in it and stuff. Um, and back when I did have an Instagram, because I don't have an Instagram account, I haven't had one for a while. MKM from Ailsoft and Antaeus actually liked it, so that was really cool. Um, I still have that painting somewhere. It's stored away somewhere. Um, but yeah, I enjoy doing all that kind of stuff. I've got a bunch of blank canvases sitting here. I need to do some more painting. Haven't touched the canvas in a while. It's been a couple of months. But like with the logos, I'm doing them by hand with my my V5 fine point pens. Love these. Not as fine point as some pens out there, but it is fine point. Um, I really like that for doing logo work. The ink flow is really nice on them and stuff. Yeah, Bob Ross style painting. I do. That's what I do for some of my landscapes. I just make it grim and do it just with black paint and grayscale. But yeah, I love Bob Ross. Grew up with him, so um, some landscape paintings I do are very much Bob Ross style. Um, Actually, no, I got it stored away right now. I was gonna say I could pull one out, but yeah, I like abstract, surrealism. Like I like all that stuff. Impressionist, expressionist, like all that. Like I like all that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, great minds think alike. TR Pilot recently did a similar thing with digital. Yeah, draw it on paper and then take and digitally edit it, render, polish it up, clean it up, whatever you're gonna do. Make it gross, make it noisy, messy, whatever. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to do a traditional and then go and do the digital medium for it. Like um, yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I like the digital graphic design stuff too. Again, I do patch designs, I do artwork designs, I do logo designs, I do. I'll make vectors out of images. I'll make vectors for layers for stuff for people, or for patch designs, whatever. Um, all kinds of stuff. I do business logo designs too, so I've done some business logos. I don't know if Jared Two Alpha Solutions is still in here, but I did his business logo. I've done some other business logos, company logos too. So great to find someone with similar music taste who also values preparedness and training. Who knows how few or many of us are out there, dude? I know, right? No, you're in good company here. It's a good. I've got a good crowd of people around me here, and with subscribers in the community and stuff. Um, yeah, yeah, it's nice. It's nice finding that. I wouldn't say niche, but niche within the community. Um, yeah, it's cool, man. you're in a good place here. So, TR Pilot agreed. Digital is less fun than traditional, but digital is a must if you want to do professional stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you could do a lot with them. Yeah, exactly, Raven. Yeah, the Wacom tablets and stuff. You can do a lot just straight digitally. And I know some artists. I'm in. If anyone knows Spearhead on YouTube, Spearhead's metal art. He does graphic design, logo design stuff. He's done some really cool tour shirts for some pretty big name bands and stuff. I'm in his Discord server, and yeah, it's really cool. Really cool group of people in there. Very, very cool what some of those people can do straight digital. I like the traditional medium and then going and doing the digital stuff with it. Like I like both sides of it. So yeah, it's good stuff. Beer. Like that Corporate Clowny song. Beer, beer. Yeah, the Wacoms are cool. All kinds of good stuff. People. Oh, yeah. Kurva! Yeah, that's good stuff. I was talking to my Finnish friend the other day. Such a funny word for beer in Finnish. Aulut. Aulut. Oulut. It's funny. Trying to learn Finnish. I'm fluent in German, but trying to learn Finnish. And it's been interesting. It's not easy. You almost have to be a vocalist to like be able to like have the breath retention to say some of the sentences in Finnish. It's crazy. I don't know how they do it. Yeah, that's cool though. Oh god, there's that other band, members from Azakalm. They just dropped an album too with I think it was Edge Circle Productions out of Norway. Um, that was a good album too. Man, this year has been some just bangers of albums. It's literally too many to name. It's just been fantastic. I Voidhanger is killing it, of course. Venom Psychos knows. It's awesome that you're with that label. I love I Voidhanger. Yeah, yeah. It's just to the moon, dude. To the moon. It's a good time though. But they just like them, W. Morty. I mean, it's just and Sentient Ruin too. It's been really awesome working with Mattia and Sentient Ruin over the years, and it's just really cool, man. So many good labels and stuff out there, putting out quality. The new Hordem Rife album, fantastic. From Territor Possessions. There's new. I heard rumor. There's new Martrod, Martrod, Troth, however you want to pronounce it. That like super band with like Rest and all those guys. They're working on a new album right now, which is awesome. Super stoked for that too. If only Varusta Leka was affordable. I mean, they used to be more so. Prices have gone up a little bit, but I've got one of their knives, which is funny because Terava it just means sharp in Finnish. So Terava Bukko, sharp knife. But I've got one of their Terava knives and I quite like it. It's very nice. They had more Milsurp. It seems like a lot of their Milsurp got bought up and they just haven't gotten more in, which is unfortunate. I actually, because I designed a prototype LBE system with an integrated chest rig placard. I actually hit them up a while back, and they just have too many projects lined up for the next like 2 years. Otherwise, they were like, it's a really cool idea, actually. So maybe in the future I'll be able to work with them with actually get my prototype to market. That would be really cool, especially with the resurgence of LBE kit that's coming back. I think it would be a good thing to contribute to the pool. Um, you want to get that Hell One reissue? Oh yeah, I saw that. Looks good. It looks good, and that is a great album. And yeah, as a column has gotten better. Absolutely. I mean, all their stuff has been good, but just every new album, they've really been turning it up. Yeah. A band I really like, and I really wish that they would put another album out, is Tarnkappa. So it's a Belgian or Dutch, it's Dutch black metal band. Their album from several years ago, Winterweke, fantastic. Really like that band and what they were doing. Same with Dumal, which is a U.S. black metal band. Dumal is really good. They haven't put anything out in a while, unfortunately. Vigadud, I like the De Doden Hebben Het God 1 and 2 albums quite a bit. 3 was all right too. The other one was okay. I didn't like it as much as the other ones, but that was good too. Yeah. I'm also waiting for new Cosmic Putrefaction. Freaking my body is ready for that. It's so good. I love that band. And I guess Oculus is rumoring a new album soon, which would be cool. Speaking of that's just Dutch. I speak German, so I could kind of pronounce Dutch a little bit, Dutch and Belgian a little bit. But I also have a buddy who's in the Netherlands. But and in my South Africa buddy, it's so Skathana Wept, my buddy in South Africa. I've done vocal appearances on some of his stuff in the past. I think it was like the very first album I ever did vocal appearances on. I sang in Afrikaans or did vocals in Afrikaans on that album, Dutch Afrikaans. That was kind of challenging, but it was actually a lot of fun to do. But yeah, language is fun, man. I love language. And it's like Hell 3, probably the best of the trilogy. You know, I would agree. Hell 3 is really good. I really like Hell 1. Hell 3 is really good too. I agree. Really good. Yeah, Scar H is an intense track. It is. Man, I just and anyone in here that hasn't listened to it, go back and listen to the first Vigadude album, De Doden Hebben Het God. Fantastic. And I love their album covers too, because it's just like a forest or a field or whatever, and then they got that cool like stick bind rune thing. You know, it just fantastic. Yeah, it's good stuff. Scar H is good. Yeah, I agree. And oh, man, looking forward to new Sparta Douthie whenever they uh, get to making a new album. Because I really like Sparta Douthie too for the Icelandic scene. Well, Simara is great too. So is Miss Thirming. You know, they're all good. But Sparta Douthie, Revelations of the Red Sword was such a good album. They need to put a new album out too. Would not mind going to Oration Festival too over there in Iceland. That would be sick. Hey, nice. Is that right? The cat is vocal. I guess she's got to make her one appearance for the live. Oh yeah, okay. Come here. Say hi. This is Chi Chi. Looking at yourself. Say hi. Dude, she's a drama queen. She's a diva, dude. Demands to be fed every 3 hours. You know, that kind of thing. But no, she's a good cat. She's getting old, but she's a good cat. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, speaking of LBE resurgence to South Africa, got the SADF Pattern 83 Battle Jacket. Hell yeah. I'm actually, once I hit 1,500 subs, I'm giving away a MFH brand SADF Pattern 83 style Battle Jacket. So it's an aftermarket production from a Canadian Chinese company that I did a dye and then rattle can conversion on from god awful UCP, because it was a secondary issued piece of equipment back when I was in the Army. So it was a UCP camo. But I changed that, and it's not made of the same like typical nylon material as the standard Pattern 83. It's almost more of like a vinyl nylon blend. Is really interesting, but it's really tough material, so it's really robust. But I'll be giving that away at 1,500 subscribers. Raven, Sparta Douthie, favorite bands ever. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, they're so good. I love Sparta Douthie. Yes, lots of stretching. You get that pinky like this is my Fred hand. You know, you work that pinky stretching, dude. Like yeah, after a while, like yeah, you get serious spread of your Fred hand and stuff. I've been using my pinky a lot for a long time playing guitar. That's why it stretched. That's why it's stretched that much more than the others. That I can stretch it that much more is because of that. Just doing that all the time. A lot of trims and hammer offs, you know, with the pinky as well. Someday oration bucket list. Yep, hell yeah. Oration would be awesome. You're out. Oh, hell yeah. Thanks for tuning in, dude. I appreciate you. And I'll hit you up about working on a project. I'm very, very much down for that, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. It's been fun. So I think this is the most people I've had in here at any given time consistently for a live stream. So that's awesome. But yeah, have a good night, dude. Cheers. Let's see. Late. Yeah, Oration would be awesome. Steelfest would be awesome. I think, actually, I think Archgoat's coming through here soon. I need to check that tour schedule. And then it's a band on Dark Descent Records, Thenitaxifath, however you pronounce it. They're coming through for a show soon too. So I'm gonna go see them because I like them too. Thenixtath or something like that. Yeah, however you pronounce it. I don't know. Crazy band name. But yeah, this is just some good shows. Oh man, we gotta talk about Black Dahlia murder for a second too. People either love him or hate him, but hearing that Black Dahlia murder is finishing a new album with Brian on vocals is actually really cool. So I'm glad they're keeping the project going. It's different now, but considering Brian is the last remaining founding member of that band, it's cool. I'm looking forward to what they do, especially with the freaking monoliths of shredders that they have for guitar players and that and drummer and everything in that project. So, but yeah, it's good stuff. Going on about 10 minutes left in my live stream here. So if anyone's got any other questions or topics of discussion that we want to cover here before we close it out, fire away in the chat. Bueller. 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 It is getting dimmer and darker. I am partly obfuscated in shadow. TR Pilot. What do you think of the Industrial Revolution and its consequences? I think there's a publication about that out there. Raven, have I ever experimented with alternate tunings? Yes. Love all dissonance, but there's only so much I feel like I could do it standard. I did there's a modulated C sharp tuning that I did for the Teth Nahash project. And again, that's like some bonkers, like experimental avant-garde, like high intensity black metal. It was a modulated C sharp tuning. It was weird, but it was a lot of fun because I got to do some really cool stuff with it, and just the EP, and then there's like 2 tracks for promo for the album that has been in the works for like 5 years. But the EP, like, it was really cool because like it creates like this unease when you listen to it, and at the same time it's just like, dude, this is just I don't know. Like, I got some really interesting and cool feedback on that. It was like if you mixed Gorguts with like Deathspell Omega and like some other projects, but like, and like Imperial Triumphant and some other stuff, and just like threw more at it, like, I don't know. It's just really interesting. It's grating at some points, but like, I don't know. Just that was fun, but very challenging. And I think, like I said earlier, very, very technical in a lot of ways, especially because there's like off-kilter time signatures based on what each guitar is doing and stuff. Because I did all the guitars for it. I messed with some time signature stuff in there too. Where some stuff is like, I'm doing like a 3/5 or a 5/7 or whatever, doing some weird stuff. Or like a 4/4 and it's a modulated 5th or 7th or whatever. Like, I did all kinds of weird stuff in that project. Just fun. But worked on done all kinds of stuff like that. And then old black metal project, there was like 2 albums that I did that were intentionally tuned sharp. There's like a sharp flat contrast. And it was really weird, but it sounded good, so I was okay with that too. But definitely some of the experimentation, especially with Teth Nahash, was just crazy. And but it worked out well. So hopefully Selve gets back to me soon about the second album. He's moved around a lot and does a lot of work stuff, so it's hard to kind of keep track. But ideally, we'll get that second album out at some point. I've got an entire playlist actually of the unfinished tracks with no vocals, no bass master or anything on them. I believe, have a playlist maybe of that. Yeah, I think I do, of that album that was not finished. Um, that's up on my channel for Teth Nahesh. So if you want to go listen to that, you can. Oh, Throw In. I love Throw In. Yes, absolutely. Fantastic band. Throw In is fantastic. And they got French titles. I'm not going to even bother trying to pronounce the French titles because they're kind of long. Like I could try and pronounce them, but they're long, so I can't remember them. But yeah, no, I like Throw In a lot too. That last EP they did, man, that was oof. Chef's kiss. Fantastic. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. I got about 5 minutes left in my live stream here, and then I'm going to call it and go eat some supper. But yeah, any last things anyone wants to throw out there? Go for it. Anything at all. We had good momentum today. Good momentum. Had excellent conversations. Topics of discussion here. That was great. Tour pilot. Hey, thanks, man. Nah, it's okay. It's late in the day. It's happy hour. Go get your grub on. Enjoy it. We got a lot more rain coming the next couple of days, so. Yeah. Raven, absolutely. And that's the thing, like, if anything, you can tune a little sharp and be okay. And we're talking like quarter to half value sharp too. You can tune up to that and be okay. Especially for like black metal and stuff. Like you can get away with that and have fun toying with those tunings and stuff. So absolutely. You can have a lot of fun with it. So yeah, it's really cool. Or especially like too, like say like you do, your left and right or your lead and rhythm, whatever, guitars, and then you can do another layer under it, doing some crazy stuff too with another guitar layer or whatever. Like you can do all kinds of stuff. Tour pilot. Oh, 0257, middle of the night. Wait, where are you again? Are you in Australia or are you in TR pilot? Where are you? I can't remember. I'm sorry. Have a good night, though, TR pilot. We'll catch you later. Raven. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Absolutely. Yeah. Take care. Have a good night. We'll talk soon, for sure. Anyone else got anything? Got about like 2 minutes left here. 2 minutes left, and then the stream will end. Anyone got any questions, topics that I can talk about in 2 minutes or less? Anyone? Try not to sneeze. Bueller. 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 Oh, there's 4 people in here, but no one's saying nothing. Say hey in the chat. Got about a minute left. Tell a joke, whatever. Yep. I got nothing else. So that was a great Q&A. I guess I'll finish it out here. That was a great Q&A. Thank you, everyone, for who did tuning in, and having great questions from the community post, but also just general discussion in the chat with everything. It was great. Time flew by. Had a lot of fun. A lot of good things to talk about. So that was awesome. So thanks again for everyone for tuning in. And that's going to round it off for June 2024's Q&A live stream here on my channel. So with that, to our mark, metal up. Out.